back to make another recipe with these Butler Soy Curls. I'm going to show you today how I make a kind of sweet and spicy chicken-like dish. Butler soy curls are apparently formed by cooking the soybean and then forming them into some sort of strands and making them into chunks together, and then you dehydrate them and then you rehydrate them to cook them. They are 100% soybean, 100% natural, no additives or preservatives, non-GMO, grown without chemical pesticides, and it's the whole soybean. That's all there's in this. It's dehydrated, and when you rehydrate it, it becomes meaty, and you can flavor this however you like. It makes a great chicken substitute or beef strip substitute, and you get quite a lot from the package. This is 8 ounces or 227 grams, and when you rehydrate it, you get about 1.5 pounds. And here are the nutrition facts. You can just take a moment to pause and read this. So for this recipe, I'm going to take out some strips, and as I showed you in the last video, I'm trying to take out strips that are longer. It doesn't have to be, but if you want to have those full big kind of meaty pieces, that's a great idea. And you're going to, I would say this is about a cup, 3/4 of a cup worth of the soy curls, maybe. I'm just guesstimating for me and my daughter. And you're going to want to put some boiling hot water on this. Also add about at least, I'd say, half a tablespoon of vegan chicken stock or a vegetable cube to put in there so that the flavor becomes infused with the soy curls. So just get out the amount of soy curls that you need, and then you put your water and you put your seasoning cube in there, or your vegan chicken stock, like about a half a tablespoon, and you go from there. And see, as you can see, I'm adding some of my vegan chicken stock, which I get at the Bulk Barn in Canada. And you're going to let this sit for, I'd say, at least 10 minutes until it's nice and soft. Just cover this and let it sit for a bit. Once they're rehydrated, you're going to dump the water off and squeeze out the excess water to make it drier. They're now ready to cook however you'd like. Now this is what they look like when they are drained of the excess water, and this is now when you want to start seasoning them just like you would meat. So I've just put about, I'd say, half a teaspoon worth of garlic powder. I'm sprinkling on some black pepper. I'm not fully measuring the stuff out. Again, this really is to your taste, but I am showing you how I do this when I'm going to saute it in the pan. Now these are nutritional yeast flakes, so I'm adding some of that, probably about a teaspoon and a half. It's a great source of B12. I'm also adding some chili flakes in there, not too much, maybe just about a 1/4 teaspoon. This is because, like I said, I'm making this like a sweet and spicy chicken-like dish. So what you're going to do afterwards as well is get some flour. Okay, first I'm adding my more vegan chicken stock. Especially you want the chicken flavor. I could have added some rosemary to this. I did not. And I'm just giving this a good mix. Like I said, you are going to need some flour, but first I'm mixing this together so that the flavors start to incorporate on all of the pieces. You can even leave that to sit for a little while if you want the flavor to really infuse itself into the Butler soy curls. So you're going to take some flour, just maybe about a 1/4 cup, and to sprinkle it over top of the soy curls. And then you're going to also just use your fingers and mix all of that in, just like I'm doing right here, so that each piece is lightly coated with the flour. So it will feel a little gucky, but it won't be like wet gucky, just like moist gucky, if that's a good word. Now you're going to take your pan, which should be heated, and this one's not overly heated yet. Put some oil in the pan. I guess you don't have to if it's a non-stick pan, which this is, but because I'm putting a lot of the soy curls in there and they have the moisture from the flour and the seasonings on there, I want them to brown nicely. So I've got some oil spread out in the pan here, and you're just going to place the soy curls along the bottom of the pan, spread them out so that they can start to fry. And I've got it on a lower temperature, maybe like just below medium, because I want them to slowly cook. You don't want them to quickly frying up and getting hard and burned. So as you see, I'm filling up all the spaces in here, and it's really fairly simple to do this. And then you're going to basically just watch this, obviously. Now, while the soy curls start to cook, I like to use the chicken stock that I had soaked the soy curls in to make part of my seasoning for this meal. So don't throw that out. Hopefully you haven't. But if not, you can always add a little bit of vegan chicken stock to that. I'm adding some of the chili flakes, as you see, and I'm also going to add some soy sauce to this. So I'm not really measuring. That could be a good half a tablespoon of soy sauce, and let that sit for a moment. Go back to make sure your stove is okay, check it, and as you see, the color is turning nicely on the one side. So you're going to turn over each piece. It's really easier to do this with a fork as opposed to a spatula. That way you can guarantee all sides of the soy curls are getting cooked adequately. So just spend a little time doing this with your fork in the pan. And again, I like this to cook slowly. No need to rush it because then things will burn and you won't be very happy. So it should look like this once you've turned everything over. As you can see, it's nicely browned. Now you can get back to your sauce that you're creating, which I'm creating. So now I'm taking about maybe a tablespoon of sugar, and I'm adding it to my mixture, as you see, and I'm just giving all that a nice little mix. So this is how I'm going to get the sweet and the spicy flavoring to this. Now the other thing that you're going to want to have, I'm just putting a little bit of hot sauce in there as well because I want it definitely spicy. So I've got the chili flakes, and I'm just adding some hot sauce. Again, this is one of those recipes that I'm just doing on the fly without any major measurement. So you're going to put it into your pan here. Also, I should point out that you should have a little bit of cornstarch and water on the side to add to that to help make it also nice and thick. So I have some broccoli that I've cut up, just I don't know, a handful. That's probably like half a cup worth of broccoli florets. So once you've added your liquid to the pan, you're going to add the broccoli as well, so that won't overcook. It will be nice and soft, but not too soft once this is ready. So you let that sit for a bit, and as I said, make sure you have a little cup with water and some cornstarch on the side to help thicken this up. So you're just going to mix this up, as you see I'm doing here. Just let everything get incorporated. Make sure you get the broccoli covered with the sauce as well and the flavorings. And at this point, I think I've turned the stove a little higher, so maybe just above medium. Again, not too high or things will burn. And depending on how crunchy you like your broccoli, you could add this a little later. But I find for me, this is good because at this point, you really only need to cook it for like a couple minutes. So this is my water and cornstarch. So about maybe a teaspoon of cornstarch and a quarter cup of water. And I'm adding that to the pan now. And you're going to see it's going to thicken up nicely. And if you need more, you can add more. Or if you decide that you want to add more soy sauce for the color, whatever it is you guys want to add, you can. This is something that there's no perfecting this like with one specific recipe. It's how you like it. It's the flavors that you like. And give it a good mix. And as you can see, basically this is already pretty much ready. And of course, taste is king, so you taste it at this point because this is when you might want to add something to it to change this up. And if you need to add any flavor to this that you like, maybe a little ginger would be really nice in this. But my daughter's not a fan of ginger, so I didn't put that in there. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this at this point, and you just let it simmer just for a little bit, like I said, maybe 2 minutes, just to let the broccoli get nice and soft. And well, soft enough, but not too soft. Of course, there I am. I'm just taking a picture. Got to always take my pictures for Instagram. And give it another bit of a stir, guys. And this is pretty much all there is to this recipe. So I really like this because you've got the kick of heat. You've got the sweetness from the sugar, and that was cane sugar I used, 100% organic cane sugar. You do not have to add the sugar if you don't want it. You can add something else. And if you just want to use like a homemade, not a homemade, like a store-bought teriyaki sauce or a sweet and sour sauce, you can. That's what's great about the soy curls. But I do like adding a little bit of flour to that so that when you fry them, it gives them that little bit of a coating to the mix. And guys, this is really delicious, and that's all there is to it. I hope you give this a try, and if you do, please let me know, and let me know how you cook your Butler soy curls. As I said, they are really versatile. I've just used them to make a burrito as well for my daughter. On another note, my mother came back from Jamaica, and look at all the plant-based goodies she brought. Some breadfruit, mangoes, soursop, jackfruit is in the middle, the sweet one the way she likes it. Some grated cake candy made from coconut. And the house smells delicious right now, guys, with all this beautiful stuff from the island of Jamaica. All right, guys, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.